welcome to Testify podcast, where we hear great stories of how Christ intercepts the lives of ordinary people. And sometimes we have to have a second episode.
Well, we started this episode last time by saying Giles is one of the only people that's gone so far over the 10-minute Testify.
There's a couple. Oh, over the 10-minute Testify.
10-minute Testify, and then keeping in
I
true
wasn't going to
fashion.
mess with him. I was, veteran. I'm not going to traumatise him.
And then we ended his first podcast recording with him doing an armed robbery and going home to sleep, and then waking up with red dots shining and torches shining through his house, armed police on the microphone, getting him to walk out backwards, not knowing whether there was going to be a shootout or not. And he is being arrested with a German Shepherd drooling and barking at his face. And that is where we take off today. So, Giles, bit of a hectic story. Man, can we carry on from that night? You've about to get arrested out the front of your house.
Were you still high as, or sobered up pretty quick?
I think I sobered up pretty quick.
Yeah.
I was obviously still coming down off drugs, so. But yeah, I still remember that night clear as day.
Wow.
Stepping backwards with my shirt off, hands behind my back, spotlights, armoured vehicles everywhere, the whole cordoned off this whole street. Yeah, it was a full-on operation because I guess they were thinking that I was going to go out in a blaze of glory.
Yeah.
So God's nowhere in your life, right?
God's not in my life at this stage, no.
Okay, and you're lost. You're in a deep, dark hole.
Yes. Yep.
What are you living for? Just another high? Just to get through?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So when this is happening, can you remember what's running through your mind? This is it, I'm done?
It wasn't that I was done. It was more of I wasn't scared or I wasn't moved, but I was just going through the motions basically.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Pretty numb to everything.
I was pretty numb. Just numb to the world, numb to myself, numb to my relationship, my family.
Wow.
Yeah, I was just really lost at that stage. And I finally got arrested. I remember sitting in the back of the paddy wagon and the detective reading me my rights, and off to the watch house I went.
Because you're known, right? So when they look up your address, they say, oh, there's Giles here.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
This guy's a veteran. He's been in the army. He knows some stuff. He knows how to do stuff.
Yep.
We better be careful here. So they're really conscious of how it could go really
they
south real quick.
They even jammed my phone, everything. They used all their technology, and it was a full on operation to get me.
Wow.
Did they ask, did they question you about, were you going to do something? Were you...
So I got back to the watch house, and the detectives obviously trying to interrogate me and stuff. They were more concerned about the weapons. They wanted to get them off the streets as soon as possible. Which I ended up giving them the location and they found them. And then after that, I was off to the big house. That was another shock to the system. Never been in jail before. And off to Darwin Holt's prison.
Wow. What was your sentence? Oh, that's just remand for now.
So I was just remanded at the time. Then I obviously engaged a lawyer. And I knew at that stage, my life had come to a point where I had to own up for my mistakes. I just had to basically surrender and just... that
word for a military man.
Yeah. Just
Surrender.
surrender. And
Wow.
one really good thing about prison that helped me is that I got clean. I got off the drugs.
Right.
I got off the alcohol. And I got free from my environment as well, like all the people I was hanging around with, all the negative influences and things like that.
That's interesting. There's jail. They call jail the school for crims. So you got away from your known negative influences. How are you not negatively influenced in there when you're surrounded by crims?
Well, yeah, you can be, but I think I was just done. I was done with running. I was done with the trauma. I was done with living that life, and I knew something had to change, and I didn't let those people influence me in there. I just sort of stuck to myself and had an end goal of just getting through this, the situation I was currently in at the time.
Yeah, that's good. That's encouraging because you said last episode that it kind of all started going downhill from when you got into a fight on a job site. You sort of snapped and gave someone a hiding, and you legged it. You were like, "Oh no, I'm out of here." You legged it, and that's what led to you starting to face your PTSD or realize and cover it with drugs and alcohol, and which pretty quickly led you to this.
It was just a cascading effect, from then on.
Yeah, which that's encouraging for people, man, because a lot of people believe once you go to jail, there's no turning back. That's you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
But you were like, nah, I'm going to change. This is it.
So I'm in jail. I've been in there about 6 months. I'm going through the court process and that. And part of the process is they send in basically a person from the courts to do a report on you to get a background sort of understanding. So one day I was sitting, went to like the interview rooms and that, and I was sitting across from a lady, and she starts doing a report, like asking, a bit about my background and or what led to the offending and stuff like that. And it was just me and her sitting in a like an interrogation room or interview room, and during the report, I just broke down. Like I just felt like I was just trying to hold up walls, and I just broke down in front of this lady talking about this report. I'd lost everything basically, and this woman was in shock. Like she was just absolutely traumatized from this breakdown because I was, crying, I was weeping. Yeah, she didn't know what to do.
Like the deep gut cry.
Like a deep gut cry.
Wow.
And she said, "Okay, I'm just going to go and get someone to help you right now." So she's got out of a chair and walked out of the meeting room. And at that exact time, there was a prison guard walking past. And she stopped him and said, "Hey, we've got a young man in here. He's an ex-veteran. He needs help right now. Like, there's something not right with this guy." And it turns out this prison guard was an ex-veteran himself.
Wow.
Man.
And he come in and he said, "Okay, where'd you serve? Like, what's the situation?" And he said, "Okay, I know what's happening right now. I'm going to go get you some help."
Wow.
Anyway, we end up finishing the report, and straight after that, the prison guard, his name, I won't mention his name during this, but he took me up to the medical centre and basically like started getting me some help and stuff. But that man actually went away and called the secretary of DVA and said, "Listen, there's a guy in here, he's a veteran, he needs help whilst in custody."
DVA?
DVA is the Department of Veteran Affairs.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, they said, "No, we can't help him while he's in custody." So he rang the RSL. And then the Darwin RSL and two veterans, like a Vietnam vet and an ex-major, actually come out like a couple of days later, starting to see me. And yeah, I ended up starting to get regular visits from these guys, and they started like just sort of helping me and talking to me. And
Did you feel like a massive dam in your heart had just cracked open, and it was sort of uncontrollable? All this stuff was just, pouring out, and you're just like, oh.
yeah, definitely. I was just in awe through the whole process. Like,
And was it because, did you feel that because finally someone had asked you how you were or talking to you?
yeah, definitely.
So you've got this lady who's wanting to hear your story, and all of a sudden she's listening, and you've never had that.
No,
So
no.
it's just
had to let it
crack.
Just had to let it all out. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did anyone, apart from them, did anyone visit you and your family come in?
My mum come up a couple of times, but
That's Darwin, right? So
it's a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Queensland and
Yeah.
that. But I think that was
okay.
good.
Is it known as like a veterans prison?
No,
No. Okay.
definitely not.
So it's just a prison in Australia.
Just a normal. The main.
Okay.
It's the main prison in Northern Territory. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So why did they put you in that one? Because you were there, living there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where the charges
That's
were.
where the offences and stuff
okay.
took place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, man, that's crazy, that prison guard that walked past. Was he
Yeah.
in the prison with you at the time?
No. Yeah. He was a
Warden.
chief or something like that. Yeah.
Oh.
So after this happened, the guys from the RSL started coming and seeing me regularly, and they started organising some help for when I got out, because you can only do so much whilst you're in custody and stuff like that.
And what was the sentence? Got handed down?
So I eventually got to the point where I got sentenced. They took me to the Supreme Court, which is it's a big deal.
Yeah.
And I remember the day before sentencing, or the day on sentencing, I was in a cell, it's like clear glass, had like my suit and tie and stuff on, and I got down and I said a prayer of getting a sentence under 2 years, because under 2 years would allow me to be able to not go through the parole system, but also would enable me to go apply for a transfer from Northern Territory to Queensland.
Okay, just pause. Who are you praying to, and why?
What made you pray?
Yeah.
What's that?
I just prayed to God.
Really?
I didn't know who else to pray to.
Had you ever prayed before?
No.
No church, no anything. I've seen this happen on movies. Maybe I'll give this a go. No.
Yeah, and I remember I said a prayer just by myself, quick.
Did you get down on your knees or anything?
Yeah, I got down on my
What the
knees.
heck?
Yeah, and I said a prayer. Then I went into the dock, they call it, and then the judge, talks about your offending and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting 1 year and 10 months.
Okay, so
Yeah.
just pause right there.
Yeah.
Did your prayer come into memory? Like, man, I just prayed this God, you're real? Or no, not yet.
Not yet. At the time, I was just
Pumped.
pumped. I was relieved that I got under 2 years.
Wow.
And, man, under 2 years for an armed robbery
Yep.
is...
The maximum is 25 years.
Yeah, the minimum's normally about 5 years.
Yeah. Yep.
Are you kidding me?
No,
They
I'm not.
must have read your report and seen the trauma and the PTSD.
I think they did. Yeah.
Well, he prayed.
And I.
And he
He
prayed.
prayed.
First prayer ever.
Look, for
On his knees.
unchurched,
But then you forget about the prayer when it's answered.
of course you do. We always do.
Woohoo, I'm lucky.
yeah.
Oh, God's probably like,
Yeah, again.
hey, look what I did for you.
No, well, God had plans.
Yep. Well, that prayer worked that day because, I got
Wow.
under 2 years. I remember going back into my cell and I was that excited that I started doing some handstand push-ups against the wall.
As you do.
And I remember the guard coming in and telling me, hey, mate, you can't do that. It's like,
What? You can't do handstand push-ups?
yeah, apparently, you're not allowed to do anything while you're in there.
Oh, sorry, you're in the holding cell.
In the holding cell,
Yeah, sorry,
yeah.
you're not in, yeah. So, hang on. How much time had you spent in there currently?
Probably around 10 months.
So you had a year left.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. So after I got sentenced, I put in for a transfer. So this process takes a long time, and you never ever get like a transfer. Like it's unheard of. But Peter, the prison guard that was helping me, like through the system and that, I eventually got down to low security, and I was able to go out and work and things like that. He was helping me through the entire process. Anyway, long story cut short, the major from the RSL that was coming in to see me, I was talking to these guys, I was getting pretty close to these guys at the moment because that's all I had. They wrote me references and stuff, and if I was to go back to Queensland, they're going to engage the Queensland RSL and things like that. Well, it turns out that the veteran from the RSL happened to know and serve with the Minister of Corrections in Queensland. So he called him personally and said, hey, you might be getting a application here. Can you maybe push this through for me? And a couple of months later, I got transferred back to Queensland.
Wow.
Man, and what a good decision that they made to do that for you.
Yeah.
Because you were truly someone whose life had been
Yep.
starting to turn around, not just another crim, a genuine person who'd made a mistake that wanted to better their life.
But this is where the next challenge happened, where I was in the Queensland prison. I was in medium security, and one day I come back from the kitchen working, and there'd been an incident in the unit. I was unaware of it. I just changed my clothes and went up to the workout yard. The next day, the tactical team come in and grabbed everyone early morning and put us all in segregation cells. And next minute, I'm getting charged with manslaughter.
What?
Yep. In a holding cell in Queensland. I'm unaware of what occurred, but obviously, like, it's prison, you can't say anything, Anyway, I'm in a holding cell. I've got some like writing material and a book of all the legal institutions in Queensland. So here I am trying to get through the sentence, but also fighting a manslaughter charge.
What happened?
So apparently there was a bad beating or something in the laundry, and it turned out a couple of days later I was released, and the perpetrator had the same shoes as me, so they thought it was me.
Oh, wow.
So I finally got cleared of that.
Jeez, how long did that take to get cleared?
Probably 2 weeks.
So
That's
for 2 weeks, you're potentially going to do 15 years or something.
Yeah, like I've got no resources to talk to lawyers or anything like that. I'm just
Far out.
they need to pin someone for it, so they're trying to pin me, and I was like, it's not me. So that was my first challenge in Queensland. But the thing is, because I transferred from the Northern Territory to Queensland, there's two different legislations from a territory and a state. So in Queensland, they tried to slog me with a parole instead of a suspended sentence, which I received in Northern Territory. Suspended sentence in the Northern Territory is you get out on a release date, but you have to adhere to certain conditions like drug testing, alcohol reporting, things like that. Where Queensland doesn't have that. They have a suspended sentence, but there's no reporting, no testing, no nothing. You're just not to commit an indictable offence.
Good behaviour.
Yeah. Anyway, whilst I was in Queensland, they tried to match the sentence and give me parole. and I kept on going up to them saying, "Look, I'm not. This is not my sentence. You know, I've got a suspended sentence. You have to give me a suspended sentence." And they're saying, "No, we've got it right, and everything's on board." I'm like, "No, it's not. It's not right." Anyway, I called the prison ombudsman. The prison ombudsman come in, said, "No, they're correct. We can't help you." And I'm like, "Well, I'm sorry, but I don't agree with what you're saying." Anyway, during my my segregation time for 2 weeks, I was just writing letters, like big letters to Legal Aid Queensland, any like Law Institute, Law Society, and things like that. Anyway, a couple of weeks later, I get a call over the large microphone to report to the central area. And I'm thinking, that's a bit strange. I don't have any scheduled visits or anything like that. So I go up to the reception area, and they say, "Okay, you got to go in this room. The video link's going to come on in 5 minutes." I'm thinking, "Okay, this is a bit out of the ordinary." Anyway, the video link comes on. An old man comes on the screen. Anyway, I start trying to just talk, and he goes, "Shut up and sit down." Whoa, okay. It was a lawyer from Legal Aid saying that they received my letter, and that I had a case against Queensland Corrections. But he said, "We don't have the capacity to take it on, so they're gonna send it to prisoners Legal Aid, which is uni students studying law." I said, "Okay, that sounds good. Let's go with it."
Take what I can get.
Yeah. So I go back down to completing my sentence. A couple of days later, I get called back up, and I go into a room with just a telephone. And they say, "Okay, the phone's going to ring in 5 minutes. You got to pick it up." Pick it up, and there's a young woman on the other end, and she says, "Hey, yep, we've got your case. Been referred from Legal Aid Queensland. We've got a barrister ready to go to the Supreme Court. We're going to ask Queensland Corrective Services to overturn it within 5 days, or we're going to court." And I was like blown away. I was like, "Okay, yeah, let's do it." Yeah.
Did you pray at that time?
No, I didn't actually. No.
Okay. Did you pray any other time?
I think I did pray when I was in the segregation cell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I just
The manslaughter.
yeah,
Manslaughter
because
charge.
like that was another curveball, you know, like
That's a hectic.
'cause I didn't have money for a decent lawyer. I didn't know where to turn. They're like, "Oh yeah, you're getting charged with manslaughter or grievous bodily harm." I'm like, what do you say? Like, you know. Anyway, my release date.
So you
was
prayed
only-
twice, and
I've
twice your prayers have been answered.
prayed twice, and my prayers have been answered. Yep, and
To a God you don't know.
to a God I don't know. I've never
Wow.
been to church.
Crazy.
It's
eh?
pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And he's like, "Okay, yeah, I answered that one as well. Okay, I'm 2 up."
Yeah. So they go to challenge the ruling.
Yeah, and I remember I was in the yard, and this officer comes up to me in the middle of the yard and says, "Oh, you need to sign this. It's just like a release of information to Prisoners Legal Service." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, yep, sign that. Here you go." Anyway, one of the other prisoners was like, "Do you know who that was?" I'm like, "No, who was that?" And apparently they were the head of the whole prison. Yeah, they come down and like made me sign this thing because they were obviously under some scrutiny, like, and they had a very sour look on their face at the time. But my release date's coming up. It's 2 weeks away. I'm still fighting the parole stuff, but I know I'm getting released anyway. But I want to be released. I want to not report. I just want to be away from everything, basically. Anyway, the day of my release comes along. I'm waking up at 4 o'clock. I'm packing all my stuff up. And as soon as the cell doors open, on the loudspeaker, like Prisoner Garrett report to the central. Anyway, I walk up there, and a lady hands me a piece of paper with the overturning of the sentence.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow, on your release date.
on my release
So you go
date.
from stoked to just overwhelmed.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I get out. My family obviously picked me up.
Is it literally like the movies when you come out of prison with your little case and you get to the end of the prison at the road, and if people are there, they're there. If they're not,
It's not a road, it's a roller door. They lift up a roller door and you just walk out. Yep.
Which is that's the movies. It's either a gate,
That's
it's either
the
a
movies.
gate or a roller door.
And then if your family's there, they're there. If they're not, some guys are just like, okay, what do I do now?
Yeah, I think they either pay for a bus or something like that.
Yeah, you get a
instead
bus
of
ticket or
something like that.
Wow. So your family's there.
Family's there. It's still such a surreal moment because I've been basically segregated for 2 years,
Yeah.
and oppressed. Like walking out into back to normal life is, a shock to the system.
And they offer no re-entry or integration or anything. They're just like, you're done here, out of here.
No, nothing.
That's mental that they do that.
Yeah. So
It's mental.
yeah, just started. I actually just took it easy for a couple of months. Just go on the beach,
I
spending
was
time
gonna
with
say,
family.
Going for a swim.
Well, I ended up starting I knew I had to basically retrain, so I started doing a Certificate 3 in mining, and a truck license and things like that, just to keep myself moving along. And
Can I ask a question? Did the behaviour of the men in the prison rub off on you at all, or were you able to stay clean of that and free from the influence of that?
no, yeah, I stayed clean from all that. Yeah, I had an object or a goal to get out, start basically my life over again, away from the drugs and violence and influence, and just start fresh, really.
That's
God's
amazing.
still not on the scene.
God's still not on the scene, no.
Okay, I'm sure he's following you.
Yeah,
Sure
he's there.
chasing you.
He's there. You just can't see. So you're doing your certificate and
Do my certificate, finish that. Been at home a couple of months, and I'm thinking, it's probably time for me to fly the nest again. I think I'm ready now. So I ended up, my dad actually lived on the Gold Coast, promised me a job and stuff like that. And I moved to the Gold Coast, got an apartment. At this time, I was also started getting help from DVA and stuff like that, which was awesome, like helping me with some claims and like medical and
That's
psych
good.
and things like that. So moved to the Gold Coast. My dad's job fell through, didn't end up happening. And one day, I was sitting in my lounge room, and a friend from school calls me, and he was in the mines at the time, and he said, hey, I know a drilling company that's looking for some guys. Like, would you be interested? And I said, sure, I don't have any mining experience, but what do you want me to do? He said, I'll just send your resume through and see how you go.
Okay, I'm starting to know what's going on here. I need to get my resume done. Am I on the right track?
Yep. So
Who
I
does
actually,
resumes?
who's good with resumes?
I had my, I actually had like a basic resume printed off just on the desk, and I just took some photos of it on my phone and sent it off, not thinking anything of it, because I'm like, these mining companies, they require you to have all these skills and certs and, all this experience. Anyway, next day I'm just driving along in the car, get like a strange number calling me. Like, who's this? Answer the phone, and it's DDH Drilling saying, "Hey, did you apply for a position in the mines?" I said, yeah, I did actually. Do you want to come in for an interview tomorrow? I was like, yeah, sure. So there, I just got a job straight away. Yeah. And
Did you pray about that one?
No, I didn't.
He's right there. He's right there, Giles.
He's always been there for me. Yes.
Okay, so you're in the mines now.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's cool.
At the same time, I was just going to a local gym up the road in Southport, and there's a certain woman that caught my eye.
Okay.
At the gym.
Okay. Starting with the letter A.
Starting with the letter A, yes. Anyway, I ended up finding her on Instagram and sending her a message. And we started, chatting back and forth, and then actually, because I was so busy.
Did you pray about that one, Giles?
He soon would.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
But we started chatting back and forth, and because I was so busy, like, trying to get ready for the mines and things like that, I kept on putting off like a catch up with this girl. Anyway, she eventually messaged me one day and said, "Hey, listen, you've been putting me off. You're going to say you're going to catch up or take me out. Are you going to do it or not?" I'm thinking, okay, yes, I better do it. So that day I'm thinking, okay, 3:00 I'll come pick you up, and we'll go out and have a feed or drink or something like that. I didn't actually have anything planned. So,
Just pick you up. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I rock up. This beautiful girl comes out, jumps in the car, and hey, how you going? Yep, I'm Giles. And yeah, off we went, and basically the rest is history.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Well, that's a great podcast. Wow, amazing.
Let's back it up. Man, I want a straight question I go to. How quickly before Angela is the name of this girl.
Angelica.
Angelica, sorry.
Yep.
Before she brought up the conversation of God with you.
Yeah, we were in my apartment, and she started talking to me about how she goes to church and stuff like that. And I remember saying to her, yes, I've never really been to church, but I know that there's a higher power, and God's always watched over me in my life.
Twice.
Whenever you've asked.
More than twice.
No, I know.
In
I know.
Afghanistan, through my prison sentence, through everything.
Yeah.
He's always been there looking over me.
And you've spoken to him twice. You've asked him for two things,
He's answered.
and he's answered both times.
He has, yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Truly.
So how's this progressing? So, because she's brought up in the church pretty much.
Yeah.
Not telling her story, but, very traditional Samoan family, so highly religious and things like that.
Yeah, well, at the time, she only had a little bit of family here, so
Yeah.
I didn't see the extended family. But, I went into the relationship just being myself as well. Like, I didn't try and put a persona on or try and be someone I wasn't, or overly impressed. I just was myself, because I was, at that time, I was on such a high of just being free and enjoying life.
And how long was it being out of jail before you met Ange?
Only about 6 months, 6 to 8
wow.
months. Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
And so you're away, then now you're FIFO.
Yeah, then we started, I started doing the FIFO role, which was awesome, and it was such a different job for me as well, like being around drill rigs and that. I was really taken back from all that. But not throwing her under the bus at all, but she started staying in my apartment when I was away.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah, and then maybe 6-8 months through the relationship, we found out, Ange was pregnant with our son Jonah,
Wow.
which was awesome. And I knew at that point the right thing was to get married, and
Oh, wow.
because from my family it was a very broken, not good role models and things like that, and I think it was a good step for both of us to set that
Yeah.
example for our kids.
Man.
Yeah.
I think Angelica quit internship because of you. Maybe. Since you threw her under the bus.
Well, she did. She did mention it. She did mention this internship, and I'm like, what's this internship? I didn't understand. I did no idea what internship was.
Because you hadn't been to church either.
I hadn't been to church.
No. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Wow. This is all news to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Because I remember her talking to me about this man, Giles. He's mining
He's
and FIFO, and I'm like, oh, okay, Inch, how's this going to go?
yeah. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
anyway, but, all credit to Ange. She did come and complete
Yeah.
the internship.
I think
Yeah,
at the time we met was perfect as well. Like,
I agree.
Ange was, going through her
Mm-hmm.
stuff, and I was on a awesome high, and I think the timing was just worked out really well for us, and we just gelled really well. Like, yeah.
So,
Man, wow.
okay, Jonah's on his way. So you're going to get married.
Yep.
So you're like, flip. And she's like, you better go to church and meet the pastor then. I think.
Yeah. Well, I think might have been about a year after Jonah was born. Ange said, I think it's time for me or us to start going to church.
No, Malcolm did your wedding, eh?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, okay. You've been to weddings before?
Not many, no.
No, okay. You've talked to a pastor before?
No.
So your first interaction with, okay, you haven't been to many weddings, you're turning up to your wedding.
Yep.
You got a pastor, Malcolm.
Yep.
Doing your wedding.
Yep.
What was that like? What was that like for you? Was there?
Well, we
And
were
he's
living.
talking about God and marriage.
No, it was actually pretty hectic because his iPad overheated.
Malcolm's.
Yeah. You remember?
Yes.
You should. It's your wedding day.
Yes, I remember. Yeah. Well, we started because we were living in Pimpamar. Malcolm was running the
Coomera
Church, and we started going to that. But I really at that time I really felt Malcolm was a great guy to marry us. 'Cause I didn't know any pastors at the time, but I thought, this guy's got the Lord going on, and he's got
I like that. He's got the Lord going on. That's
he's a solid guy, and I just really connected with Malcolm, and I thought, I'm going to ask this guy to marry us.
Awesome.
Which he gladly accepted. But all things aside, the wedding was great. I never. I remember the night before. I got a hotel room for all the guys on my line and that, and I was so nervous,
Mm-hmm.
and I couldn't sleep, and I was tossing and turning. I think I had 1 hour's sleep that night.
crazy.
But it was awesome. The wedding, it felt right. Everything went to plan. But it was such a surreal day for me as well. And I think, Ange, that the day was just all about us and focused on us, which I never had before.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's pretty
in my
special.
life. Yeah,
Do you really feel like God was shining His light on you at that point?
definitely.
His face was
Definitely.
shining towards you.
Yes,
That's pretty cool. And so, you know, okay, you've prayed twice, you're getting married by a pastor, you've never really talked to pastors. Is God starting to become real?
Yeah, I'd say God's starting to.
Get bigger in your life?
Yes.
It's like, wow, okay, there is something here. There's a higher power, but I've never, explored that, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Is there a moment like where something clicks for you, where it all like you're like, man, God is real. God, He's actually. There's not just a higher power. There's actually this.
I wouldn't say there was a definite moment, but as I look back on my life, I just think there's no other way to explain these things that
Yeah.
have favoured me and Ange and our family that's other than God.
So you were a really lost person, but Jesus had found you,
Yep.
and you were just recognizing Jesus has been there the whole time.
Yep.
Wow.
That's how I'd put it.
And what? Okay. I think I pestered you a few times about water baptism.
Yes. You were texting me constantly.
Like, come on, man, let's make it real.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know, there was, and I respect that. I respect. No, I'm not. I don't know enough. I'm not there yet. Da da da.
Oh, did you say that?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not ready yet.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Oh, okay.
that's
I'll
cool.
pester you next month.
4 a.m. Giles.
No, I just I started going to the Wednesday night men's groups and things like that, and I just thought, it's time to turn it up a notch and give my life to the Lord. And Jonah, we both got baptized on the same day, which is awesome. And Jonah's really inquisitive about God and the stories and the characters and things like that. I know, he's only young; he doesn't understand in that. But I thought, I think it's time to give my heart to the Lord. Yeah.
Wow.
It's amazing, and it's been a slow burn, the Christian life for you. Like the heat is increasing. It's pretty cool. God's pretty patient, eh?
Yeah.
He doesn't. He lets us walk at our pace, but he's drawing us along the way.
Yep.
Closer
Definitely.
to the fire. And I suppose community was a bit suspect for you. Like trust was hard, or a group of people was interesting for you.
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah.
Like you're quite a quiet, reserved person. So, and chapel's not really quiet and reserved. So, did you find it hard sort of opening up, or?
I wouldn't say like a trust
Okay.
issue.
Okay.
More of like finding my feet and sort of understanding and connecting was
Okay.
took a little bit of time for me, to be
Okay.
honest, because I'd never been to church
Yeah.
before.
Wow.
Or new to me.
Singing. Wow.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. That's a weird feeling. Eh?
We're big on singing at chapel. So it's like,
pretty big. I like that, Father.
Do you actually?
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
that's cool.
Straight away, did you like it?
No, at the start I was kind of like, whoa, what's going on here?
Yeah, you're bringing back memories for me. Eh? I'm pretty used to everything now, but this is reminding me of first walking in. Wow.
Yeah. But, God's really looked over me my entire life. I wouldn't be here without him, I don't think.
Wow.
In
your darkest moments, looking back, you see, man, his hands there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, I'm a living, walking testimony of how God is higher than any institution or government or bill or law.
Yeah.
He can change anyone's life. And I hope this testimony gives hope to someone out there that may watch it one day.
Right, so good.
So,
Giles.
okay, you prayed. If you're saying to someone who feels hopeless, right, they might not be armed and, doing crazy stuff.
Yep.
But they might be real deep and dark and hopeless and numb.
Yep.
What's your, for me, I'm just like, okay, just pray once and see what happens, but make sure you acknowledge that prayer when it's answered. What would it sounded like there's a few things going on. Someone listened to you and that just really spoke. Yeah. What would you say to someone who's feeling really dark and hopeless and numb and lost?
Yeah, good.
So,
I'd say don't lose hope. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. There's always, even if there's a little glimmer of light there, you can get through anything, but you must give it up to a higher power. You must surrender in a way.
that's big, eh?
Yeah.
Because the military, you don't surrender. You're trained not to.
Yeah, it's ingrained in you for years.
So it's sort of like counterintuitive to say.
Little bit. Submission is taught, though.
Submission, but not
is-
surrender.
Yeah. Just don't give up hope. Even when, everything seems impossible, things will change and things will move.
Yeah.
And I'm like, call out to God and wait and see how he answers you.
Yeah.
And remember that he answers.
Remember that he answered you.
Yeah. Oh man, I think it's pretty cool, Giles. God sees our hearts.
Oh.
Hey, he sees our hearts. He knows our thoughts. He knows our intentions. And I just think you're a real genuine dude, man.
Totally
You're such a genuine dude, and you're also a kind man. You're a typical sort of country boy. I think I said it the last one. Your birthplace is the home of country boys, But you carry that nature, and I think God, because he sees your heart, he's like, I'm all good with answering your prayer and you not acknowledging me for a little while.
I love that.
Yeah.
Down on your
Yeah.
knees, praying.
A 1-10-month sentence for an armed robbery is hectic.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm not going to thank the Lord. I'm going to do some handstand push-ups in this cell right now.
Not allowed to do that. Oh, okay.
Yeah. God's like, I'll accept that as praise. This is Giles's praise right now.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
slowly he's happy with you just giving your life to him, man. Like even the Marshall, get baptized. Come on, man, let's make this legit. And you're like, I'm not ready yet. And then you're like, man, my boy's asking questions. I can't deny.
Yeah.
God has been in my life. This God is real. All right, I'm ready.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Man, that's awesome, bro.
Yep.
It's powerful. It's powerful.
Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're an awesome part of my community too.
Yeah.
It's really
Thanks.
cool, man. It's really cool.
Yeah.
So-
Thankful for you and your family.
Got a real nice, quiet quality about you. It's really cool. You got a good sense of humour as well. But,
Yeah.
Bro, yeah.
Like when I met Ange, I'm from the country and
yeah.
she was brought up in the burbs, so we're kind of polar opposites for some things, but
Yeah.
it works out.
Opposites attract.
It works good. It works good. And how's that? So what year were you locked up?
I think 2014.
Man, so it's
2014, yeah, because I met Ange around early 2017.
so it hasn't even been 10 years
No.
out of jail, and you were married, 2 beautiful boys,
Yep.
House.
successful. You own your own home. You've started
Awesome.
businesses. You've gotten qualified in things.
Yep.
Well done.
Man, it's amazing. God's hand is on your life in a powerful way.
It's like I went into IT and I went into the corporate world and all that, but it still didn't change me.
Mm.
Like I'm still a country boy at heart. Like it doesn't.
Thank God I'm a country boy.
All that stuff doesn't faze me. Like, yeah, like, and I forgot to mention my mining career. After about 3 years, come to an end because my back pretty messed up. Got some. I had a tear in a disc in my back, which was not repairable. Just through physio and stuff like that. So, I worked up all my way up from an offsider to driller, which took years and a lot of sacrifice, but I couldn't continue on either. And I ended up having a disc replacement in the Gold Coast here. And through that surgery, the surgeon actually nicked a vein of mine, and I nearly bled out on the table and died.
Wow.
What the heck?
Yeah, so they had
Did
to.
you pray then? You're anaesthetised.
Yeah,
I
he
was,
was.
I was
Count
out
back
of-
from 10, Giles.
Yeah.
10.
Man.
So yeah, I got through the surgery and recovered fully and no more pain and everything. But I knew when I seen the surgeon's face something was not right after, and yeah, he said that. I nearly lost my life during
Fair
that.
It's
right.
like, I nearly killed you.
They would have had to cauterise the.
Yeah, apparently they
Bleed
had to
probably.
recycle my own blood back into me to keep me alive and that.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's pretty crazy surgery, spinal surgery.
yeah,
A few things can go wrong there.
wow. Yes.
Yeah.
yep.
Wow. And
Oh.
look at you. You're walking around,
You're
benching
Walking around
150.
healthy,
Yeah, it's
no
gonna
pain.
Benching 150. Squatting 200.
You're definitely still hitting the weights.
Deadlift
We can tell
180.
from here.
No, it's keeping healthy, yeah. Keeping the dad bod under control, eh? Like
Yeah.
all of us.
No,
All of
not
us.
like all of us, bro. I mean, yeah, like all of us.
I'm over 50, mate. I'm got no excuses.
You got the granddad bod.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, you're the man, Giles.
It's awesome.
Oh,
Powerful
thank
testimony,
you.
bro. And yeah, just appreciate the genuine
Mm.
man you are in our community, bro.
No, thank you.
Thanks for coming in for episode 2.
Thanks for having me, and thanks for serving our community. Yeah,
It's cool.
it's great for my family and others. Thank you.
Good.
Privilege, brother.